Hi, Shell.
And hello to all you other wonderful weirdos witching.
So, even though I've been overworking, I may have forgotten that I was going to switch my filming spot to in front of the moons for October. I completely forgot that was going to be my plan, as well as the gremlin. Maybe I should move this so that I've got the gremlin a little closer. Okay, so I read Planet of Exile. Literally just finished it, actually. I've been that busy making hats. I only finished it today because my thumbs hurt. Yeah, I have to put a stop to the crochet hats, but tomorrow I'm back to it. Oh. Anywho, Planet of Exile. Um okay, so it's the second story in the Worlds of Exile and Illusion collection of Ursula K. Guin's three stories. I didn't like it, unfortunately. I did not like it. It was interesting, though. It was interesting. We kind of get a slight hint. So, this is like a few hundred years or so after Rocannon's world, because we see the mind speak come up, and it's actually noted that it's learned from Rocannon's world, the mind speak ability, and they learnt how to use it. And even that war that Rokannon had to deal with became a bigger thing. The people of Rokannon fought, they became a big threat, and the people on this planet are descendants of people who fought a war against those people, that big threat, and they got stranded. They got stranded. And 10 years of this planet's cycle, yearly cycle later, which we learn later on is 600 years. So a few generations down the line, we get the story. It's actually quite interesting learning that a moon phase is what we would call a year. It's not quite a full human year, but that's how they keep track of age. And our first person that we follow, one of our main three, is Rollery, and she's around. I have completely forgotten. It's at the beginning of the book, but it's like either 20 or 30 moon phases old. That's, I was about to say moon phase year old, but a year is uh, quite a few years. Considering the eldest person in this, Wald, who is the other person we follow, he has seen two autumns and is about to see a second winter. Like, that's how long a year takes, a whole lifetime. And that is incredibly interesting and fascinating. And we learn that Rollery is a summer child, which is odd because Hilfs, or the natives of the land, they only they have offspring in the spring and autumn. There's no such thing as a summer child, and so there's nobody else her age, which means she's unmarried. And by the time it comes to a point where she can marry, it'll be in the springtime when everyone else is ready to settle down with making a family. She's not going to be able to produce children because she'll have hit that age where she's past the point in that yearly cycle for her. So she is in that conundrum, but she's also a free child. She runs around, nobody holds her to anything, she does what she wants. So she's got a bit of freedom, but also slight outcast at the same time. So we also get Agat, who is one of the Farlanders. Farborn. I've just finished this book and I've still forgotten what the terms are. Right, so we have two groups of people, technically three, but we'll get to the third one in a minute. So the people who are stranded on this planet, living in exile, is the Farborns, or they call themselves human. Then we have the natives of the planet who call themselves human, but the Farborns call the natives Hilths, which does stand for something. Human, intelligent, human intelligent life form, something like that. I think. Oh my god! I swear, I'm forgetting this book already. I'm forgetting this story. There's just a lot in this story. It's interesting and it's difficult to keep track of sometimes for my brain. But I'm getting there. I am getting there. And this story is it's just interesting, the workings of these people, because the natives are that they're nomadic. They roll around. They kind of travel around Tivar, the land called Tivar. So they're Tavarans. Tavarans, aka the Farborns call them Hilths, and but the Tavarans actually call the Farborns non-men, but each people call themselves human. It's quite weird, but because they know the planet, they are of the planet, they are adapted for the planet. Whereas the Farborns, they don't get ill like the natives do. They are not susceptible to pathogens or infections, and it's just the way things are. And they are called witches because of the mind speak from their knowledge of other worlds. And yeah, they also use the mind speak to become really good hunters, to try and like nudge the herd into where they want to be, and so that they get called witches for being good hunters as well. And on top of that, the seasons are quite unforgiving. When winter rolls around, there's something called a southing. So they have the southing, which involves the Gaul, which is the third group of people, and they are again natives, but they live up in the mountains further north. They come south in the Great Southing to basically kill people that aren't in the winter cities. Oh god, I have to explain the winter cities real quick. So even though the Tavarans are like nomadic in the summer, spring and summer, but during the autumn they build a winter city, just so they can have shelter from the Gaul, as well as like a stable place to shelter from the weather. It's quite amazingly well thought through and structured how intricate these cultures are, and how the people think as well, because they think of here and now, whereas the Farborns think into the future. They would rather plan ahead for future generations, whereas the Tavarans, they think about only the here and now. And that's kind of to their detriment, because they don't. Oh, it causes a bit of a strife, especially in the youngsters. It's always the young men that cause a bit of a stir. There's a bit of a race war happening between Tavarans and Farborns. They're a bit of a clash, but sometimes they get along. Sometimes, like one of the main characters, Wald, took a Farborn wife once, and oh god, the gender of things in this, yikes! I kind of went into Ursula K. Guin thinking I'm going to get some pretty cool literature that bring a conversation on gender. This one is like a regression. And then I remember Ursula K. Le Guin kind of criticised her own work for not living up to the feminist ideal. This is one of those things, definitely. Oh my goodness. Because, yikes. The men take a lot of wives, and the women just kind of accept it. They don't take any other husbands. Yeah, it's kind of the culture Ursula K. Guin has made here is a little sexist in our standards, I guess. But then again, this is like a planet far, far away and maybe into the future. So, yeah, there is that. I kind of have heard that Ursula K. Guin is like a really good feminist, and then I read Planet of Exile. I was hoping Rollery was gonna like kill a snowghoul in such a badass way. I don't know. That's kind of what I was hoping for. There needs to, when snowghouls were thought up, were mentioned, I was kind of hoping for a really cool battle, which we did get, but even then, my criticisms of this story shone through. The story has problems, and it's to do with the time jumping, because we kind of skip ahead quite a bit every now and again, and the worst offender was in the last chapter. Not to spoil anything, but we have a really cool battle with snowghoul, and our protagonist Agat is kind of remembering the realization that, oh my god, they hunt in packs. And so he's readying his dart gun, ready for the next attack, and he's like, there's this really awesome, creepy line, because these snowghouls, the description of them are really, really haunting, like, and very creepy. And I was wanting more. I was really wanting more. And when we got the more, we didn't get enough, because we didn't even see the pack. We didn't even see the pack of these snowghouls. I'm very upset. I'm very upset. I need more snowghouls. You know that meme, needs more cowbell? Needs more snowghoul. Why no more snowghoul? I need more snowghouls. Snowghouls are my thing right now. I want a snowghoul. Or at least a bloody battle with them. And we did get one battle, but we get this really cool build up to maybe there's more about, and then the time skip to the next day, and it was more jarring than usual, because it was right after a really cool battle with a snowghoul, and there was anticipation that it's not alone. I it felt like a line or two was deleted from the text. That's what it felt like. I loved Ursula K. Le Guin's writing because it was beautiful, but then that happened. It fell so much, in my opinion. Oh, and it was at the end as well. Why? We were getting there. We were getting there, and then no. But all that aside, we get a really awesome siege. Actually, we get two. We get two amazing battle sequences, because the Garl come down because they've learnt a lot from their past failings, and the stories have travelled down through the generations. And somebody that we don't even meet or see, or, well, somebody has united all of the Garl clans. And what a force. They have besieged winter cities, which is unheard of. They've never done that before, but this time they have. And they kind of become that big threat, along with winter. So Tavarans in the winter city and the Farbons, they try to unite, to march out and direct them elsewhere, to just make them turn around and go down a different path, to go south on a different way, past their lands. That was the plan. Characters can't keep it in their pants, so some young Tavarans have it out and batter a Gat's brains in a little, so they don't do that. Yeah. They could have waited. They really could have. They didn't. They really didn't. They did not think that one through. Ugh. So the Guin come. We get an amazing battle of Tavar against the Guin, but we get it from Wold's point of view, and he's an old man, and so he's just doing his best. He climbs up, sees the whole thing. He has to climb back down, and he goes and waits by a different gate just to watch them go by. It's, yeah, we don't get the biggest perspective of it, which is quite pretty hilarious and cool. It also kind of rubs me the wrong way when I just don't like fake out deaths, okay? I just don't like fake out deaths. I mean, I know the ending, but at the same time, he served no purpose after that. Oh my god. Anyways, but then we get the siege of the Farborn city, and even the Farborns in there, whilst before the siege starts, they are trying to attack the Guin from the marshes, from the forests, just trying to get at them in different parts, just to like throw them off. And they even go into Tavar's winter city and do a big rescue mission. It is so cool. And yeah, they basically pull everybody who survived out, mostly women and children, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I did enjoy the story in places, and I didn't enjoy it in others. It just needed more snowghouls. What can I say? Just needed more snowghouls and a bit more common sense, honestly. But if it wasn't rollery and a Gat couldn't keep it in their pants, the people who did the beating, they would have found another excuse. They would have found another excuse, really, but that was the one they kept to, and yeah. I did not like this one as much as I liked Rocannon's World. Rocannon's World felt like a fantasy story with a really dumb scene, and now we got a really cool story. Annoying gender politics. Like, seriously. What are the women's roles? Do they not pick up a damn spear every now and again? What? Come on. I felt like that wasn't thought through as much. But yeah, we got a scene in this that also pulled me out. But it wasn't a dumb character moment. It was more of a question on the writer. What happened there? Did something get deleted or edited? I feel like it got deleted accidentally, like a line or two, because the time skipping was very, it was evident, but at the same time that one was too jarring. Yeah, from snowghoul battle to getting woken up the next day, it just didn't feel right. So yeah, Planet of Exile. It was interesting following on from Rocannon's World and seeing the connection between the two. Small connection, very small, but it was like a few generations on and pretty interesting. Yeah, it's kind of like watching Star Trek Enterprise and then Star Trek Discovery Series 3 in a way. Actually, no, wait, just the whole of Star Trek Discovery, because they do a time jump. Huh.
Never mind.
You know what? I do like filming here more than I do over there. On the other side of that bookshelf. But yeah.
Bye, Shell. And bye to all you other wonderful weirdos witching.
Yeah.